I believe Seth at one stage told us that the pyramids were built by the sound of the human voice, and I've been hung up on that for a while.
The older ones. Not what you may call the more recent ones. Some of them by what you may call the voice, incantations and chantings, tonal vibrations. Some of them through instrumentation. Some of them through vibratory sonics, crystals, and the like. But all the same principle. Vibratory tonality, yes. Sonics in that way. Sonic levitation. Now, your society is beginning to discover that again in many different ways. And there can be, in time, similar kinds of symphonies that took place in the past. Let me describe briefly the construction of certain very ancient structures, some of which do not exist on the surface of your planet anymore. Some of them subsided with the idea of the submergence of Atlantis and other island masses. But this idea can occur once again. When you recognize that every particular different object has a signature vibration, and you find a way, in that sense, to match that frequency, to harmonize that frequency, and unlock it from what you may call the gravitational effect, it will then float, levitate into place. If you can, shall we say, take all the elements of a building, find the signature vibration of all the structural elements, and then find out what the signature pattern would be if all those elements were locked together in their final form, and project that final signature pattern, all the elements will simply rise up and lock into place. And that will be it.
Wow.
You will have built a building completely through sound, and it will be a symphony to watch.
Wonderful.
Understand?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Nice to hear how quickly you learned to speak Australian.
We are simply allowing certain parameters within the channel of consciousness to be a little bit more free.
Yes. I'd like to ask about the area of Stonehenge.
Yes.
How were the stones put there? Were they physically carted there, or?
There was what you would call acoustic levitation.
Yes.
This is also practiced by the early Tibetan civilization upon your planet.
And so they tuned into the energy and knew that was where they wanted to have them.
You can experiment with it this way if you wish. Taking a small disc of either aluminum or copper. Use a disc for now. Not too heavy, not too thick. Experiment with different tonalities, harmonics. Go up and down the range of amplitude and vibrations until such time as you hit the acoustic component, the harmonic component that is reflective of that particular elemental disc. Once you hit the proper component, you will no longer hear the sound at all. The acoustic energy will have been translated into what you call levitational energy, and the disc will levitate. At that point, it will become quiet. You understand?
Yes, thank you.
This is how you will construct many things in the future, as you did in the past. But only the most ancient of things in your past were constructed this way. Stonehenge was one. The ancient Great Pyramid was one, not the later pyramids. Those were more by what you would understand as to be laborious.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Could I ask one more question?
Yes.
Could you describe sonic levitation?
Yes. Literally acoustic vibrations at certain pitches that are combined to overlap in such a way that those sonic vibrations, once they touch the physical stone, because they match the frequency of the proportions of the stone and the material of the stone in the proper golden ratios into which they were cut, will allow the stone to actually act as a transducer, to take the sonic vibrations, the electromagnetic vibrations, and transmute those vibrations into gravitational waves. Thus the sound will become cancelled, you will no longer hear the sound, and the stone will simply levitate and can be easily pushed. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.